welcome. How are we all doing today? If you're not yet aware, my name is Aleisha and I love to bake vegan treats. So we're gonna bake something vegan. Today I'm going to be making some vegan gummy lollies from a homemade recipe. Not like I didn't get enough for Christmas or anything, but I want to try and make my own. Like, homemade's always better, so let's give it a go. Also, this recipe is super duper simple. It only takes 3 ingredients. And not to mention, I bought a gummy bear mold, so I'm super excited to use it. So we're gonna do that. For anyone who wants to know, I got that off eBay. Really cheap, actually. But that's only because we don't have Amazon in New Zealand. So you can also get them off Amazon and probably be easier for those in America. Yeah, but without any further ado, instead of me talking, let's get into the baking. But one more thing, if you're enjoying my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that like button, or leaving a comment down below. Any sort of engagement helps tremendously as I'm trying to grow, and yeah, let's just be honest, I need all the help I can get. But let's make these gummies and see how they turn out. So the first step before you start making anything is to put your gummy bears or your silicone mats on a plate, just so that when you transfer them to the fridge, you're not wobbling everything around, and it just makes life 10 times easier. I'm gonna try this mold on its own just because it's a lot less bendy and I should be able to walk with it, but here's hoping I don't spill everything. Now on to the actual jelly gummy mixture. Add in a cup of juice of your choice. I'm gonna do this twice probably, but we're gonna start with pineapple juice because pineapple juice for the win. Just straight in the pot, and you want to keep the same ratio. So if you're adding more juice, go for it, add more juice. But to 1 cup of juice, add 2 teaspoons of agar-agar. So I've got my agar-agar powder here. And I'm going to chuck 2 teaspoons of that in. 1 and 2. And for those of you that didn't know, agar-agar is actually heat activated, which is why we need to do it over a stove. And agar-agar comes from seaweed, I believe. Anyway, transfer this over to a pot or hot stove and get it to boiling, which will take about 5 minutes. So I've just poured it into this bowl here to cool it, but before I did that, I added in 2 teaspoons of sugar, but forgot to record it. So just add in sugar or sweetener of your choice. I used granulated sugar, mixed it through, and then poured it into a second bowl so it can cool down. While it's cooling down, I'm going to work on a second batch. I'm going to attempt some cranberry juice as well. Yeah, that's about it, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes when this is cool enough to use, but not so cool that it's becoming jelly already, because that would be terrible to work with. So I will see you in 5. Since I stuffed up the pineapple, let me show you the cranberry. So once it's boiling, it's just reached boiling over here. I take it off the heat, give it a little mix, and then I add in the sweetener of my choice. So I'm still using granulated white sugar, and cranberry juice is a bit more tart, I feel, so I'm gonna add 3 in this time. Then I'm gonna give that a good mix and pour it into a second bowl so that it cools a little bit faster. And just like that, into this bowl it goes. Oh, that's the perfect color. Okay. And this pineapple juice is just about ready now. It's cooled down a lot, but it hasn't started to go jelly yet, which is great. So we're gonna add it to the molds and hope that it sets. People on Amazon say that their molds came with a little dropper. Mine didn't, so we're gonna have to try and do this with a spoon, and it's not gonna go very well. Okay, that's a mess. I'm also going to do a couple of the big ones. Then I chuck them in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes for them to fully set, and they should be able to pop out of the molds. But I have so much left over, so I'd recommend using less if you only have one mold. Like, I still have at least a 1/4 cup, maybe even a 1/3 cup left in here. So I could have done all of them with just this. Now I'm going to chuck these in the freezer rather than the fridge, so that by the time this is ready, hopefully I'll be able to refill all the molds. Alrighty, we are back from the fridge. It has only been literally, or freezer, it's literally only been 5 minutes. And would you look at that? Can you see? Look, they're adorable. So now I need to pour the other ones, and fast. This is so cool. I think I found a new favorite thing to make. Just look at them all. Alright, now to make the pink ones because I don't have much time. I got my pink ones in the fridge and now it's time to try them. So, I broke one banana one, so we're going to try this one. We're going to bite it. Yeah, so feel-wise, they're very, very firm. And they don't really squish that well. Like, if I squish it, it'll break apart like a really, really firm jelly. Taste wise, they're really good, but I don't know if you can see it, but the taste is a little grainy. I don't know how well you can see that. You can't see it very well, but on the inside it's still really grainy. I don't know if I just haven't activated the agar-agar or if that's just how they are, because it's very simple obviously, but taste wise really good. But if I'm comparing them to some of the vegan lollies I got for Christmas, I'd probably pick the bought vegan lollies over these. I've got one more thing I want to try with them. I'm gonna try it out and let you know what happens. But yeah, this is pretty much, like, look how many I got and look how cute these tiny teddies are. These are some of the ones I overfilled. So they're all like, it's like 3 beers in a row. Anyway, I'll get back to you on how the other one goes. Okay, so yesterday I tried adding some guar gum to the last batch I did, which was orange juice, to see if it would make a difference and see if it would make them more gummy on the inside. However, it didn't really work. They're still very crystally. It's like an extra firm jelly, if that makes any sense. But I mean, the outside's super duper smooth and looks like a gummy bear. It's just that the texture just doesn't do it for me, you know? Like, I feel like it'd be great for kids, and it's definitely a much healthier alternative, but I'll stick to my lollies. Thanks. I don't eat them very often, and they're better, so. I mean, I'll definitely try this again, but just that texture of the agar-agar, and I don't know if you can see, but it's really crystally. Focus. You can kind of see on the sides there. It's very crystally. I also tried freezing them. I froze the mini ones, and this might sound a little weird, but I froze all my Christmas lollies, and frozen Skittles, so good. Recommend those. But I liked the frozen lollies. However, these just don't freeze well. They lose their taste, and they're all like, the water or something in them goes crystally, and it's just not the same. I'll get the frozen ones and show you. Overall, I'd say great snack for the kids, or if you're trying to make a healthier alternative or stuff like that. But I feel like there might be better ones out there. These are definitely simple, but these are frozen ones, but they go all like frosty. It's so small, they're hard to hold. And then they're just icy. They're not good frozen. So if you're gonna freeze them, they will store for longer, but thaw them before you eat them is my recommendation. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. So I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you've learned something. I don't strongly recommend making these if you're after a lolly, but if you're after a healthy snack that kind of resembles jelly or a lolly for the kids or a great for in lunchboxes or something, definitely go for it. These would be perfect. But yeah, that's all I have for you, so I'll see you in the next video. Please, if you've liked this content, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, and comment down below any suggestions you have, or if you just want to have a convo. Until next time.